So if you like riddles, stay tuned for the end of the video. Right, there we go. Door is on. I'll try and give you guys some context and information for DIYers, things to look for when you look at doors, like are they good, are they sticking, why are they sticking? Because I bet you these are some common little things that you guys could do at home, probably most likely in your new builds, that will just get you out of jail free. Pass, go, collect £200. That weren't good. Now how are we going to get out? Damn thing. No, that's all right. That's on that. That's what it's catching on. Bloody painters. Yeah, it's not looking too good, but at the same time, it's not looking too bad. I have got two different ways of doing latches. Three, actually. Three different ways of doing latches. You can look at it like this. I don't know whether it was a more professional way or not, but I was always taught 1 metre up from the floor. This is where your handle goes. I've also heard people say 1 metre down from the top of your door, which actually is now my preferred way, which I only learnt probably 2 or 3 years ago from a good friend who's another chip out in Norfolk. His name's Jake. I'm not going to say any more than that because I'm not going to make you guys go and bombard him with questions. But Jake, if you're watching this, you know who you are. I come and done some doors for you and you taught me this. You lent me your jig. Shout out to you, my man. And yeah, I now do it this way for now and forever on. Yeah, some people come 1 metre down, which I think is actually better because, like I was about to say, if you level all your door linings in, they never change, whereas your floor levels could. You know, your joists might. Well, I say when you level all your door heads in. When I level all my door heads in, I use my DeWalt laser, so that's like glass. You guys perhaps don't do that, and you perhaps are old school and you go from one to the other with a level and then across with your 2 foot. Who knows? I'm waffling. Let's get back on track with you DIYers. So there's 3 ways of doing latches. You can either measure 1 metre up, 1 metre down. A really old-fashioned thing would have been 900, but then you're down here. When I say 900, I mean 90 centimetres to some folk that don't work in millimetres. Yeah, 900 mil or 1,000 mil a metre. The third way, you can go across the landing or to a surrounding door if it's in the area, if it's going to catch your eye. Like, say if you was in an old traditional house and like, you can see that one's there. That's like, that one probably was 900 from the floor when it was swung, but that's like 880. That's pretty low. So what you could do is you could go across the landing or check inside the room or outside the room. Just look around. If that door is going to stand out in the place where you're going to fit it, then fit it to its surroundings. Like, yeah, you might want this to look like a brand new room, but if from the outside of the room it stands out, probably want to go the old way. Or if the customer is going to update all the doors in the future, then go with a new way. But you've obviously got to have context. Everything I tell you has to have context. You know, if someone's going to change all their doors, well then you might as well start fresh and go for the new method and go there out. But if the customer wants the old method, then there's your context, then go with the old method. There's no right or wrong. I'm just saying there's literally 3 different ways, and I like my man Jake's. I'm going to tag him this, so he'll know who he is. Shout out to Jake. Awesome chip. Hope he's doing well out in Norfolk. He's doing all right for himself from what I see of him. So yeah, there's your 3 different ways, and you've always got to give it context and think about outside the room as well as inside the room and all sorts. But anyway, moving on. Let's get this latch in. It is a lovely day out there today, guys. It is absolutely hammering it down. Let me know if you guys want to see something like this. Here we go. You can see that on the van a bit better now, I bet. Got our big old wheels with our banded steels. I love this when this does this to the paintwork. Right then guys, that's still raining out there, Just had some lunch. Still bang on the meal prep. Cut all the gym stuff out because I need to just target you guys with the construction. But if you guys in construction do have an interest in the gym, let us know in the comments. And mate, whether you're a man in your 50s, 60s, or whether you're a young man, I like to call myself a young man, I'm in my 30s, and whether you're a kid and you're younger than me and you're into the gym, drop some thoughts, drop some comments, and let me know what interests you guys, what sort of other content you guys get up to, what other content you guys enjoy viewing. And then that gives me an understanding of what I can then broadcast to you. I'm a very, very, very diverse man. Best way to be. Right. Let's go get some. Right. Let's roll with this. This here is hopefully enough. So I'm going to shake that filler out there. And before I do any more, I'm going to move the door. So I've got lots to fill. Bosh. Right, now then, for this hardener, they say a pea to a golf ball. So that's about a golf ball. So there's about a pea. That's what I was taught anyway. Painters and decorators watching, correct me if I'm wrong. Ah, I've forgotten one bit, ain't I? I need to fill that, don't we? Not sure. Come on. Oh, there we go. I got a new battery on that. Right, so we've sort of filled the door now. We're kind of ready to start fresh. Kind of. While we're waiting for this to dry, let's show you what we're going to do in the cupboards. Ta-da! Let's get this out. So I've cut these corners out, just so, I mean, it don't work out on these, because what we're going to do is, you know, normally that would go in there or something and start like that. But we've already started drilling these holes, so we just need to repeat this with this over here on the other one. Let's take it off there and put that back on there. Ta-da! And let's put you back on here. Right, I'm not sure how well this is going to turn out for the viewers, but this is what we do. So I've taken this, putting it back there in there, and then is what we have, which is supplied with it, is this drill bit, which is a little depth stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the front is a little more tricky. I'm going to close off so much light for this, and let's then get a friend involved. Put some light on the situation. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go, guys. Then we can just put the pins and a shelf in here, and the customer's free to pick whatever they want. Let's have a look at the other side. Let's measure this shelf. 6'10". So if I cut 6, to be honest, it's probably like 6'12". If I cut 6'12", I can scribe it in. Look at this. Ooh, lovely. That's nice. Don't go mess it up. Just need some pins. Right, just discussed with the customer where we're going to. Is the mic on? Yeah, the mic's on. Put the handle, and we are going to match the opposite side of the landing. So, after filling those holes, it looks like we're putting the latch and keeping everything back where it was. Let's get the handles. Get the old fork handles.
No, fork handles. Handles for forks.
Where's the old drill? Gosh. Boom. So, let's try and centre these up to cover them holes. Damn, that's low. Why don't you never work when I want you to? Alright, let's do this. Square round, guys. All the way round. Let's get the drill box probably learnt this at college, kids, but here's my tip. Take the faceplate and take your spade bit, your flat bit, that's just a bit smaller than your faceplate. Don't go listening to them site bashers where they're like, oh, get one exactly the same size as your faceplate, because if you want to tweak that a little bit, you're then done for. And I'm going to have to pare up and down and square it out, but this is professional. I absolutely hate it when you go up to a door and it's been site bashed and you can see where the flat bit's gone in. And you're like, paint will cover that. Don't rely on anyone else to make your work look good. You want it to look good from the get-go. So you can put an airbag under there, but I can just use my foot. I'm used to doing this with my foot. And then I just find the centre. DIYers, I highly recommend you use a windbag, or just wedge it with something, get a bit of wood. So now, no, it's not going to fit. So now this is just going to make life a little bit easy for us. Let's get closer, guys. Right, now I can begin to pare this out a little bit, but I've got to be careful because the last thing I want to do is split the back of the grain out and then have nothing to latch into. What did I just say? This is why it's important to get the lock stop. So then we just keep checking. There we go, that'll go in there. That's the wrong way round. Don't do that. You do that and then get them handles on, lock yourself in the room. You are going to have a nightmare. Let's try and send it this way a bit more. Sometimes it's a bit as long as it is broad, guys, but I recommend chopping down the grain at the top and the bottom before you start, then trying to pare down, because you want to stop that grain from splitting all the way out. There we go. Now I'll show you something. So you know how I said going with a smaller bit, instead of going all the way out to your face? So now I can make this bigger. So it was sitting like somewhere over here, but I can now bring that back to over here, or bring it back a little bit. Then I'm just going to pencil up the centre of these holes. Turn that inside out. I'll then screw that in, and then I'll knife around it. And then that'll cut out a perfect edge for my face to sit in. Roll the time lapse. Just realised I stopped recording for whatever reason.
Yeah, let's go. I'ma make a couple stacks, do exactly what I want to. Mix a couple tracks, get a lady that I'm drawn to. Turn up to the max, get me faded till I'm gone, dude. I do what I want, couldn't stop me if you wanted to.
Sometimes you can't always tell where you need to take a bit out. Rubber hammer. Oh, I don't need to. Just bruises the timber and sorts it out. Now, when it comes to the latch, the centre for the latch, for the spindle, you need to hold this on the side here, make sure the top and the bottom align, and that this face is flush, like so. Then you want to do that. Or I like to hold it like that with my thumb, and then hold the back. You can't really see that, can you? Bosh. Then you want to come to your rose, or your handle, is what you want to check for, is that this centre ain't proud of your face, your rose. Because some of these cheaper roses, this little bit with the circlip and the spring that needs to move, sit prouder than the actual rose. So then you end up putting like an 18mm hole in.
To the point I throw up. And if you cross me, it was good to know ya. I'm impatient, I don't ever slow up.
Be very careful of that. You don't want to go all the way through. That can get very messy sometimes. So watch out for that, kids. Now I've got to pop these face plates off. Actually, before we do anything, we need to continue to check our latch is not going to fail on anything. Oh, lovely. Sit there. I'm not the type to give out second chances. I just wanna work on my own for myself. I don't need no help. Get that spindle in. Nah, man, I got it dealt. I'm working on my wealth and I'm working on my health. Keep on working. Then what I like to do is just lift the handle till these bolts look level. So that's the indication that your handle is where it should be. Because obviously this it's got a radius, it curls. So it could be it wants to start from there. Could mean it wants to be sat like that. You just don't know. The only reliable point of context is the bolt pattern. And just repeat this on this side. And another thing you want to watch out for, these will obviously sit flat on the door and the spindle will go through square, but sometimes the spindle can twist. And if that does, well, it's not like a UJ, universal joint, on like a car, a lorry, truck, something. You want to try and look this way and 50-50, dead square these up. There we go, there's them. Now I'll get this set up on this side, put that bolt in there, poke that through, and I will poke that through, coming through, not yet. There we go. Right, see if I can sit you guys somewhere where you can watch me a little bit better. Right, yeah, so latching up, guys, really don't lose that. I like to throw my bolts through with my spindle and just wiggle them around until I can get them to almost poke out this side, because I appreciate some of them don't even reach the other side. But like in this case, we can just get those to come through like that. And then that way you've taken all the flexibility out, because you've made the biggest distance through the latch and reduced your opportunity of missing. If you just pushed, I've lost them, no, there they are. If you just pushed them in on that side or the other side and then try and send the longer bolt to find them, you got a harder job. You're nowhere near all the way through. Whereas like this, you're already out the other side, easy. So then, don't even need to struggle here, guys. You can just line that up on there on that spindle. This is where they're gonna mess me about, is it? I am very feel. Right, there we go. So there we go, that's that one started. Sorry, you guys can't see, can you? I've now just about started this other one. So now I know they are both started. Let's do this little grub nut up. There we go. There we go. Now I'll tighten this up, one and done. And this one can go on here. Now we have a nice strong handle. Now, for this next bit, for marking out the latch, I will, if this pencil ever decides to work, here we go, I will just come in here and I'll just tick the door frame. You guys see that? Lovely. And then, to know how deep I've got to put that, here's the trick. Take this, slide it up to the latch, and then literally on this edge, this is a little bit hard to see in pencil. I don't know if you guys can see that. I've just marked that edge, and then we take that mark, I need to extend them through, so that's about there, it's about there, lovely. And then I know there I need a hole, and there I need a hole. Then I do this. Then we can do this. Oh, I don't want to do that like that. It's a little bit out of shape. And we chop away. proper ones. Moment of truth. We like a bit of rattle because once the door is painted, it's probably going to have 0.5, you know, a couple of green rizzlers either side of paint. That'll just make it that little bit bigger. I fill that out. Check all our arises. Lovely. I'll show you around. So here we go, guys. We want even gaps all the way around our door. It don't matter if this is an old door or a new door. We set a professional benchmark. We ain't out here to blame the quality of the material we're using for our work. We can give context of, look, don't expect a brand new build using second-hand materials, but we do our absolute best with what we're given. Good evening, YouTube. Good afternoon, good morning. I don't know what time it is and when you're watching. Hope you guys are well. Super respect. In the comments, someone called me out. I've missed bits. Guys, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, because it is, I'm learning equally how to explain things to perhaps someone that doesn't understand it, for like you DIYers. So please, if you don't understand anything in my videos, highlight it to me, give me some constructive criticism, and I'll know to do better for next time. And please help me help you. If nobody comments and says, I didn't understand that, you could have done that better, I'll never learn. So I genuinely, I still appreciate the comments, even if they're a little negative. Honesty is the best policy, guys. I'll respect you for honesty. So this week's riddle, I'm going to do a little bit of a different riddle. So if you like riddles, stay tuned for the end of the video, and here we go. So name a word that starts with F and ends with U-C-K. If you think you know the answer, comment below. And if you need some more time, hit pause. If not, here we go. The answer to name a word that starts with F and ends with U-C-K is fire truck. Thanks for watching, guys. Super appreciate it. Big love to all of you. The channel's growing really well. I hope you guys love these riddles. Let us know if you don't. Let us know if you do. And let us know if you've got any. Drop them in the comments below. And if they're good, I'll use them. Right, thanks for watching, guys. Peace. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.